Hello everyone. In this, we will understand about different types of layouts with some examples and also what are all the factors that influence a layout. First, types of layout. We have process layout, product layout, group technology layout, also called as hybrid layout, fixed position layout, cellular manufacturing layout, or it can be a combination of any of the above. Process layout. So you may notice here in the process layout, this area, everywhere you find lathe machines are there. In this area, you find everywhere drilling machines are there. Here it is assembly machines. Here milling machines. Here it is a finishing section. So any job which comes, suppose if that job requires a drilling, milling and finishing, then that job directly will come here to drilling. Any of the machine which is available for drilling, it will be done there, processed there. Then it will go to milling, whichever machine is free, there it will get done. And then it will go to finishing to do whichever finishing area is available. That type of layout, you call it as a process layout. So it is also called as a functional layout or a job shop layout because it is all machines are organized based on the functions. It involves a grouping together of like machines, means similar machines in one department. Drilling machines in drilling department, lathe machines in lathe department, etc. Process layouts are primarily found in job shops or firms that produce customized, means tailor-made products, low volume products that may require different processing requirements and sequences of operations. For example, tailor shop, hospitals, colleges, banks, auto repair shops, public libraries. These are all process layouts. Features of process layout. Many types or kinds of products can be produced in such layout. Emphasis on special or tailor-made products or tailor-made orders. Relatively low volume of production of individual items. Inspections required many times, at every stage inspection may be required. So many inspections required during a sequence of operations. You will be able to identify the individuals who are working much efficiently or effectively, and you can identify them, recognize them, give them incentive. And in this type of layout, there is a greater flexibility in the production. Materials or products too bulky to permit bulk or continuous handling by mechanical means. Production time will be more because work in progress must travel from place to place for the subsequent processes. Reduced investments of machines, as the machines are generally a general purpose machine. You have difficulty in production control because too many job changes will happen in process layout. So you need to be carefully monitoring about what is happening in the production versus the plan versus the actual. And requires more floor space because WIP will be there in every area. Accumulation of WIP different places. It is easier to handle breakdown of equipment by transferring the work to another machine or station. This is product layout. You may notice this is one line. This is another line. This line is specifically meant for one product, product A. This line is specifically meant for product B. If something happens in the line, then product B will not be produced. That means this product will not be produced in this line. They will never do that. Till that time this gets repaired, this product will not be produced. So here we have this lathe machine, milling machine, then lathe machine, drilling machine, grinding machine. Here milling, drilling and grinding. Some of the examples are sugarcane fed at one end of the mill comes out as a sugar in the other end. Bamboos are fed into the machine at one end and paper comes out at the other end. What are the features of product layout? One or few standard products. The diagram, whatever we saw, there are only two products. Large volume of production of each item. Minimum inspection required because most of the product layout will be automized. So you don't need sometimes inspection at all during the operations. Materials and product permit bulk or continuous handling by mechanical means. Greater incentive to a group. There it was individual, here it is a group or a team of workers to raise their performance. It is not flexible like your process layout because, as I spoke about, once a particular line having a disruption, then that product will not be made. You cannot take that product to the other line. Economy, but it is very much, economies of scale works out very much here because manufacturing time will be very less for a unit production. This type of layout is expensive since investment is quite high. You have a better production control because changeover of jobs may not be that frequently happening like your process layout. Requires less floor area per unit of production. Work in progress is reduced and investment thereon is minimized. Any breakdown of equipment along a production line can disrupt the whole system. Next is group technology layout or a hybrid layout. It is a combination of the product and process layout. It combines the advantages of both layout systems. Here, the objective is basically to minimize the sum of the cost of transportation and cost of the equipments. Hence, we call this layout as a multi-objective layout. An example for this type of layout is a soap manufacturing plant, where the machinery manufacturing soap is arranged on the product line principle, but the ancillary services such as heating, manufacturing of glycerin, the powerhouse, the water treatment plant, all these are arranged on a process layout basis or a functional basis. Next is our fixed position layout, where the product will be in a fixed stationary position, whereas all the resources will come towards the product what we are planning to manufacture. Labor, tools, equipments, material, everything will come to that fixed position. And then finally, the product is getting produced. So in this layout, the main product being produced is fixed at a particular location. Resources such as equipment, labor, and material brought to that fixed location. This type of layout is useful when the product being processed is very huge, very big, heavy, or difficult to move. Examples we saw, shipbuilding. Apart from that, aircraft assembly, wagon building, etc. are some of the examples for fixed position layout. Next is our cellular layout. You may notice here 3 different cells are there. First cell having 2 lathe machines. It is sequentially ordered like lathe, milling, drilling, and grinding machine. Second cell has got a lathe, milling, grinding, assembly. Here, third cell, lathe, milling, and drilling. So you can shift your job from one cell to another cell depending on how the thing is required. How do you, whichever is available, like that you do. So this type of layout where machines are grouped according to the process requirements for a set of similar items that require similar processing. These groups are called cells. In a cellular manufacturing, machines are grouped into cells, and the cells function somewhat like a product layout within a larger shop or process layout. Factors which influence our layout. Materials, most important factor, because to provide storage and movement of raw materials in a plant until they are converted into a finished goods. Hence, need for storage rooms, space for material handling equipment's movement you require. Accordingly, you may have to plan your layout. Product, whatever final product you are manufacturing, depending on the type of that particular product, whether it is a heavy or light, big or small, liquid or solid or gas, and its position in relation to the plant location also influences the layout. Worker, the position of employees, is he moving or is he stationary, type of the employee, whether men or women, and the facilities to them, what are all required, influences the layout. Type of industry, the type of industry and the method of manufacturing also influences the plant layout. Machinery, type of machinery to be installed. If it is a very heavy, gigantic machine or very small machine, also influences the plant layout. Location also plays a vital role because the site selected for the location of a plant influences its layout in more than one way. Size determines the type of building and location determines the mode of transportation, both for your raw material procurement and as well as your finished product dispatch, means target market to your target market. So the plant layout must provide for the storage of the fuel also what it is going to use. The production volume also is a factor which influences our layout. Future expansion, whatever we are planning, we need to give some provision for that now. That also will influence your layout. And future, what are we planning to do? Extent of automation, how much? Will it be fully automatic, semi-automatic, whatever it is? So that you need to give a provision for that while planning your layout. Make or buy decisions. Sometimes you may think about not to manufacture certain things, you may think about buying. So that also will influence your layout. Your purchasing policy. Are you going to be a service-oriented industry or are you going to be a, what do you call it? Bulk manufacturing industry, how it is. So depending on that, your purchasing policy also may vary. Personal policy. Are you going to have permanent employees more or less? Contractual employees are you going to bring in? Those also will have an influence on your layout. Desire for rapid delivery of goods to customers. How fast I am planning to dispatch material to my customers. How fast I'm going to produce, manufacture everything. This is basically for service-oriented organization.